JP Poll Week 3 edition has officially dropped. You hear it there. These are power ratings, kids. These are not rankings. You're going to see a lot of suspicious movement. You're going to see a lot of lack of movement from teams that lost. And this is simply how the model would stack these teams in neutral field favorability terms this upcoming week. So if you're ahead of a team, all that means is the model thinks you'd be favored on a neutral field this week. It doesn't mean you should go to the playoff before them. If you got 2 losses and you're still ranked in the top 12, it doesn't mean the model thinks you should be a playoff team. It has nothing to do with that. So here we go, starting with 1 through 5, because we're unchanged 1 through 4. Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, still 1 through 4. But my friends in East Tennessee, you have entered the JP Poll top 5. Tennessee is number 5. They are up 5 spots. I should tell you, in the interest of full disclosure, there is a 10.5-point gap between Georgia, number 1, and Tennessee, number 5 right now. We move on 6 through 10, and the accordion goes from expanded to really contracted. Miami is unchanged. They're still the number 6 team in the country. It goes Ole Miss, Penn State, USC is in the top 10, and Oregon. Oregon's down to number 10. Oregon is down 7 total spots from their preseason placement. Like I told you, there is a low water mark coming for Oregon. This may be it. 10 may be as low as they go. I think there will be a rebound because I think that's a team that has not come close to fitting its profile yet. So better days, I think, are ahead for them in the JP poll. The point I wanted to make to you is number 6 Miami to number 10 Oregon. There is a 2-point gap, about a 2.1-point gap between 6 through 10. So this is really, really close here right now. Let's move along, Colin. Let's go to number 11. People said we have Missouri too low. They were right. Missouri's all the way up to number 11 now. Clemson is right back where they started. We had Clemson either 12 or 13 to start the season, and they're all the way back up after a brief plummet outside the top 15. So they're number 12 again. They're up 9 spots. LSU is 13. They are unchanged. Notre Dame fell 6 spots to 14. Utah dropped 1 spot to 15. That rating is with a healthy Cam Rising because we don't know anything other than that at quarterback right now. We're about to go through like the next 10, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you before Colin even flips the slider. So Utah's 15. We're about to have 5 Big 12 teams between 15 and 23, and there's a 5-point gap between 15 and 23. So the top of the Big 12 is as muddy as it could possibly be. Here we go. Number 16. Louisville is one of our more underrated teams in the country. They are just floating out there, totally anonymous. Go watch them. Look at their offensive line. It's a really good team. Louisville's number 16. Kansas State's down 5 to number 17. They got to wake up. We're going to talk about them later. They got to wake up. Like I think they are something. They got to show that they are that thing. Texas A&M's number 18. Michigan didn't drop a whole lot because we already had Michigan pretty low, so they're 19, and Oklahoma is 20. There's no huge drop from Michigan. I think the AP dropped them like 7 spots or something like that. We had them already ranked way lower. Now, we took a lot of hate for it. No one's talked to us this week. So everyone who criticized it in the comment section turned into a ghost. That's okay. It's all fun and games until, when I'm wrong, I got to show up every week. But when you're wrong in the comments, you just get to disappear. But I know that was probably just bots because we got a bad problem with them, as some of you have noticed in the comment section. Someone asked, did you pay for all these bots? I'd pay to get rid of them. If any of you know how to get rid of the dreaded porn bots on the comment section, I would gladly hear you out. Number 21, Central Florida. Central Florida is up 4 spots to number 21. And do you know who they play this week? I'm going to skip down. So Iowa State's 22. We'll come back to that. Iowa's number 23. TCU's 24. Nebraska's 25. Jesse, I would blindly guess the AP has Nebraska higher than 25. I'm blindly guessing on that. But TCU is number 24. They host Central Florida this week. I think Central Florida is a 1.5-point favorite right now. We think the wrong team's favored. The model has TCU minus 1.5. Josh, how could that be? How could TCU be lower than UCF, but the model have TCU favored? Very good question. The answer is there's about a 0.5-point gap between them on a neutral field, and when home field is factored in, which we give about 2 points to for TCU, it equals TCU minus 1.5. Very simple, just simple math. Looking forward to that game. Is anyone talking about that? Is anyone talking about UCF at TCU? This is America's College Football Conference, people. We got to be paying attention to Big 12 games. So much so that we're going to bring one up in a little while. So there you go. There's your 1 through 10. Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, Bama, Tennessee. Miami, Ole Miss, Penn State, USC, Oregon. Tennessee, 5 spots ahead of Oregon 3 weeks into the season.